beautiful followers. How are you all doing today? I'm hoping that everybody's having a beautiful Sunday, enjoying the last few weekends of summer before kids go back to school and all of that. But this morning I am driving to my favorite coffee shop. Gonna go get some extra caffeine this morning, do a little work, enjoy the sun, enjoy the morning, just kind of chill out. But the last few days, and it's not even days, it's actually the last few weeks, this topic kind of keeps coming into my reality. Hearing stories, witnessing different things, hearing about different things, and so I just felt really compelled to talk about it. And I had this thought come in, I should do a live on this a couple days ago, and then I lost my energy towards it, and now I realize why I lost the energy, because there was more that needed to kind of brew a little bit for me to be able to really share this. But this song, and I'm going to start it with this song that's a really old song. So if you know anything about theater, then there is a play called, I believe it's Guys and Dolls. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I believe the play is Guys and Dolls. But they do this entire song. It's called The Telephone Hour. I used to love this song when I was little, but it is all the telephone game. You know that game you played when you're little, and you start, whispering in one person's ear, and then it kind of goes around, and it really is a example of gossip and how stories change as we move through things, as it gets passed from person to person to person. And this entire song is all about this kind of telephone chain that happens, and one teenager calls another teenager, and it goes from we're going on a date to basically we're getting married, they're in love, they're totally into each other kind of thing. And it's a funny, silly, very I think it was a 1950s kind of era song, so it is very sweet and innocent and cutesy. But the song reminds me of that game we did play as children. And what's been coming into my reality a ton lately, and what I've been hearing stories about from clients, and then also witnessing a little bit in my own life, has been this gossip feel. And oftentimes I think when we talk about gossip, we look at it as this horrible negative thing that people are evil and they're trying to get back, and they're trying to be mean, and they're trying to say these mean, nasty things about other people, which sometimes is the case. Let's be honest, we all are hurting, we all hurt each other. That is, if somebody is in your life, to be in relationship with someone and think they're never going to do anything wrong, or that they're going to hurt you at all, is an unrealistic expectation. And actually, if you've never had a fight, if you've never had a disagreement, if you're really not able to go and surf kind of that negative energy with somebody you're in relationship with, then in truth, it's not a true relationship. There's some inauthenticity in it, because we all fight, we all disagree, it happens, we all hurt each other. Now, there are different levels of hurting each other. But like I said, I think gossip tends to be this thing that we look at as this people are evil. And the truth is, we all gossip. We all gossip. And my realization and my reminder over the last, let's say week, I'm just going to leave it at week, has been that many times we do this without even realizing we're doing it. We don't realize that we're actually gossiping until way later. We don't realize that we were participating in somebody else's gossip until way later. And it's just interesting, because oftentimes, and I think ladies, we get really pinpointed with this. Those guys, you do it too. You do it too. It really is this feminine energy. It doesn't have to be a man-female thing. It is a feminine energy thing. And it is this level of trying to connect with somebody. And so we start talking about the people in our lives. And the truth is, we often will say things like, don't tell them I told you, but, and if that is coming out of your mouth, if you're going, don't tell them I told you, but, that usually means you're gossiping. You're about to gossip. Unless you are planning some amazing freaking like party or surprise and you're like, oh, don't tell them but, Tuesday we're going to do this big celebration. Like, that isn't gossip. But for the most part, if those words come out of your mouth, you're gossiping. You are gossiping. And I think a lot of times we do this gossip in a way that even sometimes we are trying to help. We are trying to guide. We're trying to actually provide support and assistance. But what ends up happening is we do more harm than good. So what do I mean by that? So like, let's say two people get together. They're like, oh, I'm so worried about so-and-so. And then they begin to talk about so-and-so. And in that talking about so-and-so, coming from a very actually potentially really like concerned place of like, ugh, like they're really going through this. They're, that's a big struggle. We end up getting into gossip land. We end up saying things and talking about people in ways that we don't mean to, or we wouldn't do if that person was in the room. And so my question to you, and is really, if somebody wasn't in the room with you, would you be verbalizing something the exact same way? And I mean like the exact fucking words. Like not like, oh, okay, I'm going to caveat it like this, or I'm going to turn it like that, or I'm going to twist it like this. Would you say the exact fucking words to that person if they were standing in the room with you? If the answer is no, guess what? You're gossiping. You're gossiping. You're not being in integrity. You're not being authentic. And the truth is we all do it. We all do it. So I don't want to like sit here and be like, do not gossip. I don't gossip at all. Because the truth is, like, we all do it. We all fall into this pattern. But it is that a lot of times I think we go, oh, like that person was gossiping. Well, oftentimes, really, I believe that most people aren't trying to go around and just stick it to other people all the time. There are those moments. Believe me, there are those moments where people are mean and they're cruel and they're saying mean things just to say mean things or to lash out, to use their negative energy and really like propel that into the world. But I think most gossip, 75% of what is actual gossip is actually us just talking about other people. However, we think we are safe and in order to verbalize things because we're not with that person, but we end up doing more damage because we're actually sending this negative energy out, and we're doing damage to ourselves because we're not in true authenticity if we are not able to look at that person and say the exact same thing that we said with this other person. And so I ask you, like on this Sunday, as we get into the week and we're about to go, I'm sure lots of people are seeing family, to really check, like, would I be saying the same thing to this person? And if I'm not, then why do I feel comfortable saying it to this person over here or that person over there? Am I gossiping? Am I spreading negative energy? And I think a lot of times also we will get with people who are family, who are really close friends, and we start talking about people. And this is another thing, like, I almost feel like if you are letting someone else gossip and you are recognizing as this person is gossiping and you're not going, hey, like, I'm not comfortable with this gossip, I'm not comfortable being part of this negative energy, you are enabling gossip. You are just as guilty. So if you're sitting with, like, let's say your whole family, and you're talking about another family member, and it's like, oh, yeah, that person is being such a, I will say, that person's being such a bitch right now, or they're crazy, or, and one person starts, and then another person starts, and then all of a sudden, this negative energy grows, and actually, stories change. Stories change in this scenario, because we start to try to fit, we try to belong, and we don't want to be that person that goes, you're all wrong, and you're all gossiping right now, and you don't really, like, that's that's inappropriate what you're just saying, or like why are you feeling comfortable to kind of go there, and really kind of checking the people in our lives and standing up in our authenticity and going like, I'm not okay with this, like, or this person's not here to really stand up for themselves, so why are we talking about this? Why are you allowing the perpetuation of this gossip, this negative energy, and sucking that in? Because the truth is, you are sucking it in if you are putting yourself in it. And recently I've just seen lots of this, and like I said, been kind of dealing with some of it, and then also seeing like clients and stuff. And like, I have one client, and I call this person my gossip client, and I call them my gossip client in my head because they are so worried about gossip. Everything they do, they are so concerned about the gossip that's going to get started. They end up like whitewashing their life so much that nobody even knows them. Nobody even knows them. They are stuck in other people's perceptions of them because of the gossip that has happened. And then on that other note, the truth is, gossip is going to happen. We all do it. A lot of times it's not from a place, like, I don't believe it is from a always negative place. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it is. Sometimes there are people who just feel the need to be gossipy or to hurt us. However, most of the time, gossip, I don't think, comes from a place of always trying to be negative or to hurt somebody. But it still is this underlying negative energy that we're allowing in our lives, and we're allowing to kind of move through our lives. And it really does disconnect us from our soul and our relationships. So I really just suggest everybody today really think about like where they gossip. And if you find yourself talking about somebody, I want you to stop and go, okay, would I say this to this person if this person was standing right here in this living room? Would I be comfortable with the words coming out of my mouth? Would I be comfortable with what I'm saying right now? Would I be comfortable with this person hearing? If you would not be comfortable with this other person in the room with you, and I mean truly comfortable, if you're like, well, I mean, I would be comfortable, but I know I would be really hurting their feelings, and I would never say that to them. Like, I would never volunteer to say that to them. Then you're gossiping. And so to really check yourself, like, would you be okay saying these same things? And start to kind of pull back and really just more check yourself. And then when you do hear people gossiping, about you, like getting kind of like stories, because recently, like, I've had some gossip spread about me, and I'm like, that is some gossip that is like so not true. It's like almost funny, it is so not true. And there comes a point when you do have people in your life, or you find, stories being spread, and you do have to go, I'm going to just stand in my truth here and know what's true and know what's not, because the fact is, you have no control over it. You truly have no control over what other people are saying about you. And so to really, really just check yourself in those ways, and to try to kind of reframe your ideas of what gossip is, for two reasons. One, because I think we'll hear that somebody is saying something about us, and we automatically go, they're trying to cut me down, they're trying to be mean, they're trying to like blah, 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 blah. And we go to their evil, like this evil kind of intent. And then at the same time, to realize, on the other hand, that you're probably gossiping even if your intent is not to harm someone, to still check your life and to check where you yourself are engaging in gossip, potentially without you even meaning to, without that being your intent, without you trying to do harm. You're probably engaging in some form of gossip to just start checking yourself, to just start catching yourself, because it happens, we all do it. And then also to just change behavior and to realize when you have done it. And you don't always have to go and make amends, but to kind of realize it within yourself and then make a change within yourself. So yeah, that is my message for this beautiful Sunday afternoon. I hope you guys are having an amazing Sunday. I'm gonna go get my coffee because I love the coffee. The caffeine is good, even though I've had 2 cups already. I swear I'm not a caffeine addict. There are days I'm like, I just need I need more caffeine. And so today is one of those days that I'm going to give myself some extra caffeine. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Sunday. Please go check out my events page. I have so many events. I cannot even mention them all on this video. There's just too many. It would take another 20 minutes to go through them all. My 2 new ones that are coming up within the next 2 to 3 weeks: Female Summer Orgasm Camp, August 10th. It is an amazing event. I can't talk highly enough about this event. If I wasn't running this event, I would still go to this event because that is how amazing it is. That is how educational. I don't care if you think you're having orgasms, if you think you have an amazing sex life, you still can learn something from this workshop. You're going to get to see energetic orgasm. You're going to get to see how to take your partner to that next level or take yourself to that next level. It's going to be about connection and relationship, embodiment within self, whether you're single, coupled, man, woman, it doesn't matter. You're welcome. It's in the DFW area, so go check that out on my events page at addisonbell.net. And then the other one is a tantric integration puja. We're going to get our asses in action and do some self-love growth and expansion. So please check that out if you're in the DFW area. Other than that, you can check out all my other events, my online stuff, all of that at addisonbell.net. And please hit the share button if you like this video, if somebody needs to hear this video. And I always appreciate your comments. So if you're watching this in the replay, hit #replay. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.